I am Lamarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Today's conversation will be about the United States Supreme Court case that was filed by the Attorney General for the state of Texas trying to overturn the election results that was for President-elect Joe Biden. He won 4 key states, and the Attorney General, Ken Paxton of Texas, tried to overturn the will of the people. The states were the state of Georgia, the state of Michigan, the state of Pennsylvania, the state of Wisconsin. He actually took a case to the United States Supreme Court, our United States Supreme Court, to overturn the election results that was certified by these states that President-elect Joe Biden won, not the current sitting president, Donald J. Trump. And on this past Friday, December the 11th, the United States Supreme Court denied this case that was presented to them by the United States Attorney General for the state of Texas. I will read you what was written. Friday, December the 11th, 2020, order in pending case, Texas versus Pennsylvania. The state of Texas motion for leave to file a bill of complaint is denied for lack of standing under Article 3 of the Constitution. Texas has not demonstrated a judicially comfortable interest in the manner in which another state conducts its election. All other pending motions are dismissed as moot. Statement of Justice Alito, with whom Justice Thomas joined. In my view, we do not have discretion to deny the filing of a complaint in a case that falls within our original jurisdiction. See Arizona versus California, 589 U.S., February the 24th, 2020. Thomas J. dissenting. I would therefore grant the motion to file the bill of complaint, but will not grant other relief, and I express no view on any other issue. So basically what these two justices said, the Attorney General had the right to file the complaint, but they do not have the right to determine other states' affairs. And he did not show merit that was substantial to overturn. But let's just be honest here and be clear. You cannot overturn the will of the people. You cannot overturn the will of the American people of the United States. We live in a democracy. We have our United States Constitution, and we abide by those guidelines. We have elections. We have fair elections. There was no fraudulent election. There was no rigged election. There was nothing found to support the claims in which the sitting president has claimed that it was a fraudulent election, that it was a rigged election. He simply did not win. He simply did not get enough electoral votes, which was 270 needed. He got 232. President-elect Joe Biden got 306. He surpassed the needed amount of 270. Donald J. Trump lost this election. The American people went to the polls. We casted our votes. We made our voices heard, and we made our votes count. You cannot overturn the will of the American people. I am grateful. I am thankful that the 9 justices that sits on the United States Supreme Court did not overturn the will of the people. They did follow the guidelines of our United States Constitution. I also want to read, because there was 126 United States representatives that filed a sanction wanting to overturn the results of those 4 states: Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia. They actually signed their names in support to the Attorney General of the state of Texas filing this case with the United States Supreme. And I want to read to you something that I found on social media. And I do understand this is 126 thing, but I think it is very crucial. I think it's very vital. I think it's very important that I read these names, because we will remember these people. They are written in our history. Their children will know what they did. Their grandchildren will know. We, the American people, will know. It's recorded that 126 people that took an oath to our country, to our Constitution, and basically have disrespected the oath and just depleted the oath in which he or she took. But let me read this statement. This was found on social media. I urge others to write letters and speak out. This is a letter that was written to the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Madam Speaker Pelosi, I formally request that you refuse to seat every congressional representative who is suing to overturn a fair and legal election as called for the 14th Amendment, Section 3 of our United States Constitution. And I am in agreement. I do not want a one of them to be seated, because they took an oath and they violated that oath. They do not deserve a seat in our United States Congress. So I hope that Madam Speaker will not sit a one. All 126 should be denied. Section 3. No person shall be a senator or a representative in Congress or elected of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an official of the United States or as a member of any state legislature, as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in integration or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by vote of 2/3 each house, remove such disability. All 50 states have certified their election results and have chosen their electors. Joe Biden earned more than 81.2 million votes. 81.2 million votes. Won by the national popular vote with more than 7 million votes, 5.5%, and won 306 electoral college votes, well beyond the 270 needed to win. If the Republican members of Congress believe the president-elect was elected fraudulently and are seeking to overturn the results of the 2020 United States presidential election, then they cannot in good conscience remain in House Republicans who signed this anonymous brief are either guilty or intentionally circumventing democracy in seeking to overturn our free and fair elections, or they are the beneficiary of an election that was fraudulent. In both cases, they are not suited for office and must resign immediately. They are, and here are 126 United States representatives. Representative Mike Johnson, Louisiana, the 4th Congressional District. Representative Gary Palmer, represent the 6th Congressional District of Alabama. Representative Steve Scalise, represent the 1st Congressional District of Louisiana. Representative Jim Jordan represent the 4th Congressional District of Ohio. Representative Ralph Abraham represent the 5th Congressional District of Louisiana. Representative Rick W. Allen represent the 12th Congressional District of Georgia. Representative James R. Beard, Indiana. Representative Jim Banks, Indiana. Representative Jack Bierman, Michigan. Representative Andy Biggs, Arizona. Representative Gus Balkowski, Florida. Representative Dan Bishop, North Carolina. Representative Mike Bost, Illinois. Representative Kevin Brady, Texas. Representative Mo Brooks, Alabama. Representative Ken Buck, Colorado. Representative Ted Budd, North Carolina. Representative Tim Merchant, Tennessee. Representative Mike C. Burgess, Texas. Representative Bradley Byron, Alabama. Representative Ken Calvert, California. Representative Earl L. Buddy Carter, Georgia. Representative Ben Klein, Virginia. Representative Michael Cloud, Texas. Representative Mike Conway, Texas. Representative Rick Crawford, Arkansas. Representative Dan Crenshaw, Texas. Representative Mario Diaz-Balart, Florida. Representative Jeff Dunkins, South Carolina. Representative Neil P. Dunn, Florida. Representative Tom Emmer, Minnesota. Representative Ron Estes, Kansas. Representative A. Drew Ferguson IV, Georgia. Representative Chuck Flesserman, Tennessee. Representative Bill Flores, Texas. Representative Jordan Fortenberry, Nebraska. Representative Virginia Fox, North Carolina. Representative Ruff Flusher, Idaho. Representative Matt Gates, Florida. Representative Greg Giffords, Montana. Representative Bob Gibbs, Ohio. Representative Louis Gohmert, Texas. Representative Lance Gooden, Texas. Representative Sam Graves, Missouri. Representative Mark Green, Tennessee. Representative Michael Guest, Mississippi, the state in which I live in. Representative Vicky Hartzler, Missouri. Representative Andy Harris, Maryland. Representative Kevin Herm, Oklahoma. Representative Clay Higgins, Louisiana. Representative Trey Hollingsworth, Indiana. Representative Richard Hudson, North Carolina. Representative Bill Huzales, Michigan. Representative Bill Johnson, Ohio. Representative John Joyce, Pennsylvania. Representative Fred Keller, Pennsylvania. Representative Mike Kelly, Pennsylvania. Representative Trent Kelly, again, my state of Mississippi. Representative Representative Trent Kelly, Mississippi. Representative Steve King, Iowa. Representative David Kirchhoff, Tennessee. Representative Darrell LaHood, Illinois. Representative Doug Lamalia, California. Representative Doug Lamborn, Colorado. Representative Robert E. Latta, Ohio. Representative Debbie Liesco, Arizona. Representative Blaine LaCamara, Missouri. Representative Kenny Marchant, Texas. Representative Roger Marshall, MD, Kansas. Representative Tom McClintock, California. Representative Kathy Morris Rogers, Washington. Representative Dan Mercer, Pennsylvania. Representative Kara D. Miller, West Virginia. Representative John Muller, Michigan. Representative Alice X. Mooney, West Virginia. Representative Mark Wayne Mullen, Oklahoma. Representative Gregory Murphy, MD, North Carolina. Representative Dan Newhouse, Washington. Representative Ralph Norman, South Carolina. Representative Scott Perry, Pennsylvania. Representative Guy Reschner Haler, Pennsylvania. Representative Tom Rice, South Carolina. Representative John Rose, Tennessee. Representative David Roser, North Carolina. Representative John Rutherford, Florida. Representative Austin Scott, Georgia. Representative Mike Simpson, Idaho. Representative Adrian Smith, Nebraska. Representative Jason Smith, Missouri. Representative Ross Sampo, Florida. Representative Elise Stanfrank, New York. Representative Glenn Thompson, Pennsylvania. Representative Tom Tiffany, Wisconsin. Representative William Timmons, excuse me. Representative William Timmons, South Carolina. Representative Ann Wagner, Missouri. Representative Walburn, Michigan. Representative Mike Walsh, Florida. Representative Randy Weber, Texas. Representative Daniel Webster, Florida. Representative Brad Reinstrike, Ohio. Representative Bruce Westerman, Arkansas. Representative Roger Williams, Texas. Representative Joe Wilson, South Carolina. Representative Rob Whitman, Virginia. Representative Ron White, Texas. Representative Ted S. Yoho, Florida. Representative Lee Zeldin, New York. That was 126 men, women of the United States Representatives, the House of Representatives, actually signed their name to this absurd conspiracy by Trump and the case in which the Attorney General for the state of Texas, Ken Paxton, actually took to the Supreme Court. But again, that was denied. But I want everyone to remember those 126 names. And I do hope that our Speaker, Madam Nancy Pelosi, do not seat those 126 men and women, because they tried to overturn the election results of the people of the United States. It's deplorable. It's something that should not be tolerated. These Republicans, they get out here and they do all this and they do all that. They have been so used to just doing what they want, how they want, when they want, to who they want, without any consequences. Trump has allowed this. He has been the poster child for corrupt, to being racist, to doing unethical things, not abiding by the rule of law, the Constitution. Again, they should have removed him when he was impeached in the House, but they didn't. And now everybody thinks they can just do what they want. The Republicans, the GOP, think they can do what they want, how they want, when they want, and to who they want. Not so. We, the American people, it's we, the American people of the United States. We were the ones that fired this sitting corrupt president. And his days are being numbered. His days are being numbered. He will soon be totally dismissed from our government. Hopefully we won't have to worry about him again, because he has been fired by the American people. He has been fired by the American people. And these people that voted for him and voted to, or put their names to overturn the election, they need to be fired as well. They should not be seated in our United States Congress. They should not be seated in our United States Congress. We have 37 more days of the presidency of Trump. And after those 37 days, January 20th, 2021, when President-elect Joe Biden becomes the 46th President of the United States, where Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will become the first Vice President, the first woman, and the first woman of color of the United States. 1201, it's over for Trump. You cannot overturn the will of the people. Trump lost. It was a conspiracy to overturn the results. This is criminal. The pure audacity to overturn the will of the American people is appalling. And it's sad to know this is what we have endured under the presidency of Trump. 37 days to go. Let's just stay vigilantly. We must continue to pray for the next presidential administration, the Biden-Harris administration, and pray these next 37 days, because that's a month and 7 days to go still with Trump, and who knows what he may do tomorrow, because again, this claim was rejected by the United States Supreme Court. I'm grateful that they did the right thing, because he did seat 3 justices on the court. They considered to be conservatives. That the last one, that was the sham, the rush through, when we was in the middle of a presidential election, just days, weeks away. They actually, the Senate actually went through. They did not do proper vetting. They didn't go through the proper channel. They did, again, them being corrupt and doing what they want to do, because that's what they have done the past 4 years. They actually rushed a sham justice through and actually affirmed her. And she now sits on the United States Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett, who replaced the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And the late Justice Ruth request was to let whoever the president for the next term be the person to select her replacement. They didn't even honor that. The United States Senate, that Mitch McConnell, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, the Republican senators, Republican GOP, they did not even honor the late Justice Ruth, deplorable men and women. But we will be having a new president January 20, 2021. So let's be very cautious and just pay attention to what will be going on, because again, Trump still is in there for 37 days, but God got us, and he hasn't brought us this far. His word said he will not leave nor forsake us. God is in control. I can't express how grateful I am. I am so grateful to know that God has the final and the last say. So let's be prayerful for our new president team, the Biden-Harris team. Let's be prayerful and pray for one another. And let's help with the slogan in which the President-elect Biden campaigned on, to restore the soul of our country, where we have respect for one another, where integrity matters, where ethics matters, where morals matter, where values matter, where men and women actually be decent human beings, and not what we've seen from these Republicans that know this man didn't win, but yet they still support. And then the means that they have went through, actually 126 representatives putting their names on something that they knew was a lie, just totally dismissing the oath that they took to our Constitution, to us, the American people. This is not something you just let slide by. And it's not something you forgive nor forget. They took an oath. They took an oath. And they diminished that oath. It's time out for division. We got to come together, people. We, the American people. So let's pray to restore the soul of our country, and pray that we as Americans can come together. Stop the division, stop the hate, and be civil, kind, loving, respectful one to another. That's exemplifying being Christ-like. I am Lamarsha Lewis. Let's talk.